So climate change is affecting all aspects of our lives. We need to step back and ask why. So we have increased carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by about 50% and methane by about 150% from pre-industrial times. Now, where's that coming from? Well, 80% of those greenhouse gases come from our industrial lives, whether it's our energy to heat our homes, whether it's the factories to produce our goods, or whether it happens to be our transport networks. But about 20% comes from the land use changes around the world, particularly deforestation. So let's have a look at the impacts. So the first thing is, if you like skiing or snowboarding, may I suggest you actually do it now, because snow cover in the Northern Hemisphere has been dropping off over the last 40 years. We're seeing lots of ski resorts getting snow later and later in the season. If we look at sea ice extent in the Arctic and the Antarctic, we have some of the lowest recorded levels ever in human history. And that's really important because, of course, that sea ice is white and reflects sunlight back into space. So now it's melting back, the oceans are warming up. And we're seeing what is called polar amplification. The poles are heating up twice as fast as the rest of the world. And another one which is a bit geeky is the heat content of the upper ocean. Now remember, the oceans cover 70% of the globe. Imagine the top kilometre, that's a huge amount of water, and it's heating up. It's already absorbed 400 zettajoules of heat. That sounds a lot, but what does it mean? Well, scientists have calculated that's equivalent of 25 billion Hiroshima nuclear bombs going off. That's the amount of energy that we're storing. We're also seeing sea level rise. Now, in the last 100 years, sea levels have risen by about 25 centimeters. Now, most of that is because of the thermal expansion of the ocean as it's warmed up. But we're seeing increasing contribution from the melting of the big ice sheets, such as Greenland and the Western Antarctic ice sheet. We've also seen that global temperatures have increased by over 1.2 degrees Celsius. Interestingly, if you look at the 10 warmest years that we've ever recorded in human history, they've all been in the last 10 years. We are also seeing impacts of extreme weather events all around the world. In 2023, we saw massive heat waves in the United States, in Southern Europe, and in China. In 2022, we saw massive floods in Pakistan, which affected over 30 million people. In the UK, in 2022, we had a heat wave when temperatures hit 40 degrees in July. That's gobsmacking. If I want to put that into context, think about July. July, the peak temperature in the UK for July is about 24 degrees. This is why people go on international holidays. Therefore, 40 degrees, that's 16 degrees warmer than it should have been. And we know because of that heat wave, there was something like 2,000 excess deaths. Those were 2,000 people that passed away early because of that extreme heat. We were expecting these sort of heat waves in the United Kingdom in the 2040s, not in 2022. We are seeing the effects of extreme weather events such as droughts, floods, heat waves, storms, and wildfires all around the world. We are seeing it affect people's lives and livelihoods. Climate change is really affecting people now.